Hello friends, welcome to third session of online Java internship program. So in this session we'll learn how to connect from login page to dashboard. So that dashboard which we have not yet created, let me run the project first. So earlier previous session we have created a login page. Let me start and let me run the project again. To start the project, to run the project, we need to start server, Tomcat server. Click on Tomcat server, start Tomcat. Just do single click, don't do double click. Single click, so it will take some time to get start. It is started loading. It is taking time. Okay, finally it is started. So it shows this message, server startup. After getting this message, so we should move on to the browser. Here we need to type localhost colon 8090. This is the port number of this server, and press enter. So click on manager app, and before that sometimes it will ask you to enter the username and password. So if it is asking to enter the username and password, username is admin and password is also admin, small letter. And here you can see the project, demo project. This is the project that we have created in the previous session. So click on that project. Okay, this is the first page that we have created. So login page. After this page, let me create one more page, dashboard. How to create the second page? Go to the project and right click on your project and go to new. There you have to select other. Here in this window we have to select web. So within the web we have to select JSP file. So click on next. So this is the second page. The second page name I'll give dashboard because I'm creating a dashboard page. Dashboard or home page you can give if you want, and finish. Okay, what I'll do is in dashboard I'll put the same content. So I'll copy this content, so mark it on br tag from index page, and I'll put it here in dashboard. So after this I'll create some options, some menus. So let me create button input type is equal to button value is equal to new stock, and close this button, and let me take one more button, and so here I'll take table. Within the table tag itself I'll take tr td. Within the td, so I'll put this content. Okay, let me tr close. Let me copy this table row and paste it few more times. Okay, so now I'll change this name, delete stock, view stock, update stock. Okay, this is the option. It means that menu or dashboard that we created. So table, first I'll take the table. Within the table I'll take first row tr. Within td I'll put one button. So input type is equal to button, value is equal to new stock, and the same way I'll take a few more buttons like delete stock, view stock, and update stock. These are the options that I have taken in the dashboard. So let me run this. Let me go to, no need to run, it is the server is already running. No need to stop, no need to start the server again. So go to your browser and refresh the browser. So again it is showing the same login page. If you want to view the dashboard, we need to provide a link from our login page to dashboard, how to provide the link. So let me show. We can provide in many ways. After the table tag, I'll use an anchor tag, anchor a. So within anchor tag, I'll use href is equal to which page we should connect, dashboard.jsp. So this is where click to dashboard. So I'll provide some name. So here by using anchor tag, we can connect from our login page to dashboard, save the content and go to your browser, refresh the browser. So we'll get a link. Let me control F5. Okay, it is not appearing. Okay, let me start the server. This is how we need to start the server. Click on red mark, terminate, and click on into mark, remove the launch, and then go to the server, means the server icon, start Tomcat. Click on start Tomcat, single click. So let it start. Okay, server is started. Go to our browser, and again you can start from here onwards. So localhost colon 8090, press enter, go to the manager app. There you have to select your project, demo project. So now our link is not showing. What is the problem? I did the mistake. So I put the link in dashboard. We should not put the link in dashboard. Cut, and we have to put in index page. We have to put in index page after table. Okay, table. So we have to put here in index page. Save the content and go to browsers and refresh the browser. So you'll get this link. If we click on this link, it will go to the dashboard which we have created. Okay, this is how the dashboard will look like. So let me make a center. Let me make the content to the center of the page. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put all the content to the center of the page. Go to dashboard. So here I'll use center tag, center, and I'll close the tag after the table tag. Okay, save and go and refresh, and let me give some space after marquee tag, marquee, copy, put two more times and go and refresh. Every time you do the modification, you must save the file. So and these buttons are not properly aligned. The length is not equal, so that let me make it equal button. So that what I'll do is I'll take style property here, style width. I'll use width 200 px. I'll fix the length for all the buttons by using style property. I can put the same property to all the button, save and go and refresh. So this is how it exactly look like: a new stock, delete stock, a view stock, and update stock. So this is how we need to create the dashboard. But before before connecting from our login page to dashboard, we should think we should not link our page from our login page to dashboard like this with the help of anchor tag. We should write the database connection where we need to check the given username and password. If the username and password is correct, then only we should connect to the dashboard, or otherwise we have to show the invalid username and password. This is how exactly it should work. So if you want to do like that, we need to write database connection. Let me remove this link and let me write the database connection, and let me show how to write database connection, how exactly it will work, and how to show the error message. So go to the file, index file, go to the index file. Here let me remove this link, and so let me use form tag. So before table, form action is equal to verify verify, and method is equal to post. Method is equal to post. Close. Let me close this form tag after table tag. After table tag. Okay, now, so why we need form tag is here we return only the client-side program. It means that user interface. At the same time, we need to write a server-side program. So we have to send these two requests, username and password, to server-side program, where server-side program should check the given username and password is correct. So it should redirect the control to dashboard, or otherwise it should send the error message like invalid username and password. This is how exactly it should work. So let me write a server-side program. Before writing, we should use this form tag to send these two requests, username and password, to server-side program. So here the action indicate, the verify action indicate where this username and password should go. So where these two requests should go. So this is the page where we are sending these two requests. Verify is a controller or server-side program, you can say. So for this controller, we are sending these two requests, username and password. Verify is not yet created. I will create, and method, type of method we are using to send these two requests is post. Okay, let me create the controller or server-side program. Copy this name, and where should we create a server-side program? Remember, so server-side program should be created within webinf/src folder. Right click on webinf/src, go to new and take class. Take class and paste the name. So verify. So finish. Now it is just a normal Java class. So we need to convert this normal Java class into server-side program or Servlet. How to convert this Java class into Servlet? Simple, using extends keyword. Extends http Servlet. We need to inherit the superclass http Servlet. Okay, we need to import the package. So how to import the package? Just place your mouse over that http Servlet class. It will ask you to import this package. Go and double click on that import package. Okay, it will import the package, import the required package. After that, so within the class, within this class, we need to write a method. So which method we need to write here? So which method we are using? Post method. So we are sending these two requests to post method. So we have to write a post method here. How to write the post method? Do and alt space. Sorry. Do. Okay. So control space. So if you type do, second I'll show. So if you press do and control space, just press the control and press space, it should show some suggestions. So in those suggestions, so we have to select do post method. Double click on that do post method. It will create the method. So and let me, these two lines are not required right now. Okay, this is the method we need. For this method we are sending these two requests from our index page. From our index page we are sending these two requests, username and password, to verify. Verify is the controller or server-side program, you can say. So here our server-side program verify. So here in this method, post method, we have to receive those two requests, username and password. First we should receive those two requests. So before that we need to import this one also, web servlet, and verify. This is an annotation, so it will map the URL. It means that it will tell where exactly the control should go to. So just it will ask also website that can address all type. Just a second. Web servlet. Okay, this is the package we need to import. Okay, after that we have to open the brace and we have to mention the name. Okay, So it is showing an error, that is because of so change the workspace compliances of JRE 1.5. Right now JRE version is 1.5. We need to change the version from 1.5 to 1.7. How to change that? So right click on this project, build build path, configure build path. I'll show one more time. Right click on your project, build path, and configure build path. So here we need to go to Java compiler. Here we need to enable this option, and here it is showing 1.4. We have to go with 1.7 and apply, and yes, and OK. Click OK. Now, so error is disappear. So now what we need to do is, within this method we have to receive those two requests, username and password. So how to receive those two requests? So I'll take string your name. This is a variable. After receiving the request, we need to somewhere else, we need to store that value somewhere else, so that is why I'm taking this variable uname to store the value. To receive the request, we have an object called request object, HTTP servlet request. What the request object will do is, it will helps us to receive the request which is coming from another page. Right now the request is coming from index page. The requests are username and password. We have to receive those two requests. To receive those two requests, we have to use request object. So here I'll use request object, request dot get parameter. This is the method we need to call. So request dot get parameter, and here we need to mention the name of that variable. Go to index and check it out what the name that we have given. Name is equal to uname. This is the name we have to give, and don't do don't do the mistake while mention the name. So just copy the same name and go to your controller, and here you have to mention the same name. Okay, now so one parameter is received, and I will receive one more parameter. So psw req dot get parameter. Go to your index. What is the password that we have given? Password name is psw, and go to verify. Here you can paste it, and so this is how we need to receive the request from index page and in verify. So which is coming from index page, and we have to receive in verified page with the help of request object. So after receiving the request, what we should do is we need to write database connection. So how to write database connection, so that we can check the given username and password is there or not. So how to check that? So before doing anything, first we need a database server. Earlier in the first session itself, we understand what the database server we need and how to install that database server. Okay, let me go to the database server, minimize this window. So minimize, and so this is the database server, SQL so studio actually. So just double click on this studio. Here we are using MySQL server. Click continue, connect. Before doing anything, first we need to create a database. There we need to create a table. So let me create a database. So how to create a database? Go to this studio, and here you should right click on your root at localhost, right click, and here you have an option called create database. Click on that option. Here it will ask you to enter the database name. So whatever the name you want, you can create. I will give online Java Online. This is the database name that I'm giving. So click create. So our database is created successfully. You can see here in the left side of the window. So after creating the database, so we need to create at least one table in the database. How to create the table within the database? So right click on your database. This is the database that we have created, Java Online. Right click on your database, go to create table. Here we need, how many columns we need? Only 2 columns, so username and password. So I'll take uname, varchar, and data type is varchar. I take length as 20, and one more column I need, password psw varchar, and length is 20. Okay, only 2 columns I need. So let me create the table. Create table. It will ask us to enter the table name. I'll give login. login, whatever the name you want you can give login and give, click OK. So okay, table created successfully. So do you want more table? No. Okay, right now we have a Java Online database. Within the Java Online database we have login table. So let me open this table. How to open this table? Right click on your table, go to view data, this is the table that we have created, but right now the table is empty. Let me store some value. Double click on this column. So I'll store admin as username and admin as password, and data modified but not saved. We must save this content. So save changes, click on this save changes. Right now we have a database, we have a table. So now what we should do is we should check. So whatever the name, username and password that we are giving here from our index page, is the same name and username and password is there in the table or not. This is what we need to check with the help of database connection. So let me continue from our controller. Here we need to write the database connection. How to write the database connection? I'll use try block. So try and catch is basically used to handle the exceptions. Catch exception p print. It will show what the exception it is throwing. Okay, within the try block I'll take class dot for name. So this is the driver name. I'll tell you. Okay, class dot for name. Class is basically a predefined class. You can see the difference. This is the keyword. This is a class name. Here I'm using uppercase. So if you are using uppercase, means that is a predefined class, and if you are using lowercase, that indicates it is a keyword. Right now, a class dot for name. We are calling predefined class dot for name. Within that class, we are calling for name. It's a method. So for that method, we are sending a parameter called com.mysql.jdbc.driver. This is the driver name. Why we need to give this driver name? Because system should know that which database server we are using. So to understand the system, so we are sending this request. So database server name. After executing this line, system come to know that which database server we are using. So it understood. So we are using MySQL server. After that, we need to write connection com is equal to driver manager dot get connection. So jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost java. So what's the database name that we have created? Java online root root. Okay, and t is equal to, so this is the statement we have to write. Connection is basically a predefined class, and driver manager, it returns an object. So driver manager dot get connection, we need to call this method. For this method we need to send the URL. What the type of connection we are using? There are two type of connection. One is ODBC and JDBC. Here we are using Java database connection. The server we are using MySQL. So we need to indicate where exactly our server is installed. So here in this case, in our case, our server is installed in our system only. That is why we mentioned the local host. So and after that we need to mention the database server. So sorry, database name. Database name that we have created right now is Java Online. So after that we need to mention the username and password of MySQL server. So username and password is root and root. These are the statement we need to mention. After that we need to use statement. So st is equal to count.create statement. What it will do is, so up to now we come to know that which server we are using, where exactly our server is, what is the database name, and what is the credentials. By using these statements or these line of code, it will establish a connection from our user interface to our database. So after establishing a connection, we can do any operations like insertion, deletion, view, the kind of operation we can do. So it will ask us to import a package. Okay, it is showing to import the package. Which package we should import? Import statement Java SQL. So this is the package we need to import. Double click. Okay, the error is cleared. Right now the database connection is ready. Only three statements are important. This indicates that the driver name. The system should understand which database server we are using. By this statement it understands which database server we are using. After this statement, here, okay, we need to mention the type of connection and the server name, where exactly our server is, and database name and username and password. These are the credentials of MySQL server. After this statement, by using these two lines, what it will do is it will do establish a connection, and after establishing connection we can do any operation. So like right now we have to check, so whether the given username and password, so which username and password, these are username that we are giving here, so whether the given username and password is there in the table or not. So now what I'll do is I'll go to verify. I'll write a query. What the query I'll write? Result res is equal to st dot execute query. So select star from which table we need to select the data, from which table. The table which we have created is login. So remember, this is a database name and login is the table name. From this table we have to select. I hope you know the meaning of this statement, select star from login. What it will do is it will do retrieve all the data from the table, but we won't retrieve all the data from the table. We should retrieve only the particular data from the table. To retrieve only particular table from the table, we need to mention where condition, where. So I'll go and check it out my table. The column name is uname. Here I'll take uname is equal to single quote double quote plus, so we need to mention uname and close plus double quote single quote. Remember, this indicates the column name and this name should match, and this indicates the parameter which we have received here. Okay, these two should match. Okay, after that, and condition, we need to put and condition, and the second column name is psw is equal to single quote double quote plus of psw. In the same way we have to remove the double quotes and put semicolon. So this is how we need to write the statement. Okay, result set is it will ask us to import the package. So import this package and finished. What exactly the meaning of this statement is, it will do search the record, it will do search the particular record with the help of where condition. If the record found, it will retrieve that particular record and store in res object. If none of the record is found, it won't store anything inside res object. Let me check if anything there in the res object or not. If I'll put if condition, if res dot next, I'll call next method. What it will return is, it will return either true or false. If anything there inside the res object, it will return true. If nothing inside there in the res object, it will return false. So if username and password is correct, then one record set will be there in the res object. In such cases we'll get true result. So if we get true result, we will ask controller to redirect or go to the dashboard. How to do that? So in such cases we should use response object to redirect the controller to somewhere else. It means that to the dashboard we need to use the response object, response dot send redirect. This is the method we need to call. So where the controller should go, so controller should go to dashboard dashboard.jsp only if the condition is true. So else I'll put, if the condition is false, again I'll copy the same statement. So I'll put failure. So the controller should go to failure page, but failure page we have not yet created it. Let me create failure page. Copy this name and go to your project, right click on your project, go to new and other. Here we have to select JSP failure. Here what I'll put is, I'll put invalid username or password. Let it be. Finished. This is how we need to write a database connection, and we need to check the given username and password is there in the table or not. And after writing all these conditions or these statements, so one more thing, one more package we need to include. So the package or library you can say, so the MySQL connector. So MySQL connector we need to include in our project, then only it will establish a connection from our user interface to database. How to import, how to include that MySQL connector in our database, let me show. So where we can find MySQL connector, you can find in Google itself, or otherwise I can provide a link in description box, so you can download from there itself. So I'll take the MySQL connector from our other project. I'll go to some, okay, what I'll do is, okay, this is the connector we need. Okay, just a second. So this is the MySQL connector we need to establish a connection, database connection. So we can download this connection, it means that a jar file from the Google, or otherwise you can download from our description box. I'll copy this jar file, and we have to paste this jar file within the webinf folder within lib folder. We have to paste it in lib folder, and after that you have to tag that folder, right click on your MySQL connector, build path, and add the build path. You have to do these steps. So okay, so our connection is done, everything, whatever we need to do is everything is finished. Okay, let me stop the server, and let me restart the server, and let me check what output we'll get. Okay, start. Okay, if it is already started, just close this like this. So just confirm the server is already running or not. So it is showing that not yet, server is not yet running. So just click on start Tomcat. Okay, server is started. Okay, after that go to your project and refresh the browser. Now here we have no link, we have to give the username and password. So what's the username? We have to give admin, and password is also admin. So click on login. Yes, it is successfully moved to the dashboard. It means that our username and password is correct. So go back to your login page and give some wrong username and password. It is showing that invalid username and password. It means that our database connection is working perfectly. So it is checking our input perfectly from the table. So this is how we need to write a database connection on, and how we need to check the given username and password is there in the table or not with the help of database connection. So and that's it for this session. Thank you so much.